game coming up, like an actual game, and you just play classic matchups of those games. Now, would it be difficult if it was like Raptors Nets? Yeah. Oh, they did play in the playoffs last year. Maybe that was a bad example, but there's gonna be some matchups you're really gonna need to stretch for, but there's gonna be some that you're just gonna have so many to choose from, and that would be a great way to get into it, especially if you're about to play two teams are about to play in a playoff series.
Well, and it'd be like with the Clippers Spurs being good now, you could have the David Robinson scoring 71 in a game in Anaheim or something like that. I mean, it's just little stupid things like that. Like that, again, NBA junkies would love, and that's all you need on NBA Classic or ESPN Classic.
That's what you're marketing. So, yeah.
Mike, I'm sorry we are low on time, but can you tell everybody where we can find you on the internets, Twitter, all that good stuff? I appreciate you being on.
Sure thing. Yeah, I appreciate you having me on, Bob. Mike_Dyer13 on Twitter, CelticsLife.com, lead writer over there. And yeah, I'm on the internet, usually talking about sports or other stupid things. And I appreciate you having me on. Congrats with the new late night sports radio gig you got going. Cool format, and I'll definitely be listening.
All right, awesome, man. Well, we will talk again soon. And we will be back after this break on latenightsportsradio.com. See you in a second.
Outside is when you're there with the devil's smile. Hanging around the wagon you can see from miles. hell can wait till morning? Talk now at LateNightSportsRadio.com.
Welcome back. Bob Sullivan here on LateNightSportsRadio.com. You don't need to know the number because it's not worth calling in, because this next segment's all about me. It's Bob's crappy sports opinions. And I'm back here with my producer, Keith Green from 87 Sports Fan. Keith, what do you got for me for my crappy opinions?
Well, I'm going to start with what just happened in the NLCS Game 2. The Giants go the Wong way and give up a walk-off home run to Colton Wong. Who's going to win this series?
I do like the play on words of Wong, because that's I'm not even going to get into it. It might get me in trouble. But that this series, I don't know. I'm going to say, God, I hate the Cardinals, but Cardinals in 7. And this is going to be a rivalry that we renew every third year, because one of these two won't make the playoffs in those situations.
You could really have a field day with this. You could be like, if loving the Cardinals is wrong, I don't want to be right. You could really there's so many different angles to take this.
Yeah, and when you get down to the brass tacks, Wong is usually the name used most when you want to goof around.
I wish he had a brother that played. It could be 2 Wongs make a right.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't get much better than Wong or Wang.
All right. So Bob's demented opinions. Okay.
Yes.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
DeMarco Murray and the Cowboys drop the Seahawks. Are the Cowboys an NFC contender for real?
No. I think they're good. I think they're... and I also think that Tony Romo gets more crap than he deserves. But I think it's I think it's kind of like a Phoenix Suns type situation where they're fun to watch, but they're not going to win the NFC. It's going to be, San Francisco, the Seahawks, somebody like that's going to win. Jason Garrett is too bad of a coach that they're not a legit contender because of their coach, not because of their players.
Oklahoma City Thunder star Kevin Durant has a broken foot and is estimated out 6 to 8 weeks. Does this keep the Thunder from winning 50 games?
No. They're going to win 50 games because Durant's only going to be out till December, folks. And they also have another top 10 player in Russell Westbrook, who should have his own team by now. And I'm actually excited to see what Russell Westbrook can do with his own team. And I think they win 50 games. Durant will be back by Christmas, New Year's, that time of year. They'll be just fine. They're going to win 50 games and be a top 4 seed in the West.
Mississippi State leaps Florida State to take the number 1 spot in the AP college football poll. Is the playoff system a good system, or is the BCS good enough?
We wouldn't have a playoff or a BCS poll by now. I don't really care about the polls right now. I do think that Jameis Winston is the greatest thing to grace this planet since sliced bread. This guy, not only is he controversial, but he's a great player. He's got a great nickname that pretty much only I use, but anymore, is Jameis Christ. And that's a great nickname for somebody who steals crab legs and gets sexual assault charges brought on him.
Yeah, don't forget the rapist angle.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
I liked. By the way, I liked your tweet about how he. You wanted to say, what were you going to chant? No means no.
Yeah, if I had found my way to the Carrier Dome yesterday for the Syracuse-Florida State game, I would have been screaming "No means no." I would have gotten my section to join me and scream "No means no" every time the FSU offense took the field.
Okay, well, you want to hear? I mean, I hope this doesn't take up the rest of our time, but I got a good story. Okay, so do you remember? This is going to have a big backstory, but do you remember? Dennis Rader, the BTK killer.
Yeah.
He was in Wichita, Kansas, and I'm a big Creighton basketball fan. And
the Jays?
Yeah, Creighton Jays, Blue Jays. Yeah, huge fan. I went down to the Missouri Valley tournament. They met up with Wichita State in the championship. And I remember we were walking down a corridor. I was a tad drunk. And I started doing a BTK chant down the corridor in front of a bunch of Wichita State fans. I got a few dirty looks. Not everybody kind of caught on to what I was saying. But, yeah, that's the kind of thing that can get you into some trouble. And I'm glad we're on the same wavelength of thinking inappropriate with chants.
Well, yeah, especially when it's blatant. Hillbilly justice running amok in Tallahassee.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the crab legs, I can't blame them. Crab legs are delicious, especially when you dip them in some butter, sauce. I mean, it's great stuff. I would probably, other than the rape thing, I probably would have done the same thing as him.
All right. I'm going to stick on, I'm going to avoid that. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Okay. The Golden State Warriors defeat the LA Lakers tonight 116-75. What's the over-under on the Lakers wins this year? What's the if I set the over-under at 45, are you taking the over or the under?
I'm taking the under, but not by much. I think they're 38, 39. 40 in that range. But I think the story is more so about the Warriors. You got Steve Kerr in there. They got more of a defensive mindset. And the turnovers are starting to go down a little bit. Granted, I know it's preseason, but I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Steve Kerr-led Warriors. And that's my take on the Warriors.
That's the Oscar outro music. You're out of time.
Yes, it is. I do deserve an Oscar at some point.
Don't miss Thursday night's show, Bob Sullivan 2.0. Now Thursday nights, 10 p.m. at latenightsportsradio.com.